Okay, class, is everybody with me?
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
All right, let's get started. So
Here. All late.
here's last week's exam. So we have 110 calories for 28.4 grams of Rice Krispie treat. How many calories would 42.6 grams have? So let's compare um, X calories to this 42.6 grams. We're comparing that to 110 calories of 28.4 grams. So we just need to solve for X. We'll multiply both sides by 42.6 grams. That goes away. And we have X equals grams go away. We have 110 times 42.6. Divide by 28.4. This gives us 165 calories. So for number 2, team of college administrators captured and tagged a group of 90 fraternity men and then returned them to the university campus. Later, a group of sorority women wishing to estimate the number of fraternity men on campus captured 245 men and found that 35 of them were tagged. How many frat men would they estimate there were on this campus? For the, let's see, there's X frat men out of, well, let's see, no, there's, yeah, and there's 90 tagged. So 90 are tagged out of X total compared to 35 tagged out of 245 caught. So 35 were tagged out of 245, but 90 were tagged out of the whole population. So now we just need to solve for X. We'll multiply both sides by 90 tagged. So X is 245 times 90 divided by 35 gives us 630. Most of y'all have these down pretty well. There's a few of y'all that need a little work, but some of y'all are still missing quizzes and exams from the past. Remember, you can always submit them at any time late and you can still get half credit, which is a good deal since the solutions are already posted in Canvas in the files section. So make sure you get them all submitted. I don't want to see any zeros. That's also how I determine if you're absent or not. I look to see if you're there for the quiz. So as long as you get the quiz submitted eventually, I don't see that as an absence in my records anyways. All right, any questions? All right, here's your quiz number 6. See, it's 305, so 315, 320, we'll get back together. Let me put you in your breakout groups. Okay. All right, class, let's knock this quiz out. Number one, the ratio of the weight of an object on Earth to the weight of the same object on Pluto is 100 to 3. So if it weighs 100 pounds on Earth, it'll weigh 3 pounds on Pluto. If an elephant weighs 15,400 pounds on Earth, how much will it weigh on Pluto? So our X here is how much it weighs on Pluto. It weighs 15,400 pounds on Earth. So we want to compare this to our other object. So it's Pluto over Earth. So we have 3 pounds on Pluto is 100 pounds on Earth. So there's our setup. Just need to multiply both sides by 15,400 pounds. That goes away, that goes away. Pounds go away. So X here is equal to 3 times 15,400 divided by 100, which is 462 pounds. Is that what y'all got?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes.
put a box on it. All right, Mono wants to buy a TV for 1,250 bucks, but it's on sale for 10% off. The sales tax is 8.25%. How much tax will he have to pay, and what is the total cost? Let's see the price. Since it's 10% off, he only has to pay 90%. So let's just multiply it by 0.9. And that'll give us 90% of it. 1250 times 0.9 is 1,125. It makes sense. It's 10% off, right? So 10% of this is this 125 bucks. So if you take 125 off of 1250, you get 1125. So our tax now, we have our 1,125. Since this is our tax percent, we need to multiply it by 0.0825. So it's 0.0825 gives us $92.81, rounding to the closest cent. So the total, the price plus the tax, which gives us $1,217.81. Everybody get that one okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Moving on. Where's my book? There we go. View. On page 36. Yeah, this is where we left off, I believe. All right, so this thing here, we're just finding the volume, length times width times height. In this case, it's 2 feet times 2 feet times 2 feet, which is 8 feet cubed. To convert that to inches, well, we know how many inches are in a foot, but it's feet cubed. So we have to get rid of the feet 3 times. in favor of inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. Feet cubed go away. So I need to multiply 8 times 12 times 12 times 12. So 3 times. So we have 13,824 cubic inches. Questions? All right. Let's see here. These and these. So we're going to use these a lot. There are conversions here. Fill in the table with real life examples. Let's see. Another one of these. We've done these a few times here, right? What's an inch? It's like the length of the end of your thumb from the knuckle to the end. A yard is 3 feet, so 3 actual feet. See, a mile, that's about the distance from my house to the taco shack down the road. 1 quart. Let's see it's about a quart. Let's look up here at a quart. A quart is 2 pints. Takes 4 quarts to make a gallon, so let's just say 1/4 of a gallon of milk. 1 fluid ounce. You can look at it in milliliters or liters. Fluid ounces. 16 make a pint. 2 pints make a quart. So 32 ounces make a quart. 4 quarts make a gallon. So 32 times 4 would be like 128 ounces in a gallon. Let's see. Go with this, 1/8 of a cup. So it's not a lot. Notice we have fluid ounces, which is different than mass ounces or weight. 1 acre. It's the amount of land one farmer can plow with 1 mule in 1 day. Something like that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. All right, have you ever been shopping for jeans but didn't want to try them on? Did you know you can use the length from the end of your fist to the end of your elbow to approximate your waist size? I did not know that. We can use our bodies in this manner to estimate other distances. For example, 1 knuckle is approximately 1 inch. Use your knuckle to estimate the length of 2 sheets of notebook paper in inches. I don't have any notebook paper, but I think y'all can all, imagine in your minds measuring notebook paper with your knuckle. It's going to be fairly accurate. Look at the packaging for any food or beverage of your choice. Write down the amount of product that is given in both metric units and imperial units. Basically, if you look at any product, I got some dried mangoes here. Any product, they're going to have both imperial and metric. This thing is 30 ounces for 850 grams. They always give you both. Convert 72 inches to yards without using a calculator. All right, 72 inches. I don't know how many inches are in a yard. I know how many inches are in a foot. I know how many feet are in a yard. 12 inches make a foot, and 3 feet make a yard. Inches go away. Feet go away. So we have 72 over 36 yards. So that's 2 yards. Questions? All right. Let's do some conversions here. Inches to centimeters. Copy this guy. Use our chart. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So 21.5 inches. Get rid of inches. We want centimeters. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So we have 21.5 times 2.54. Gives us 54.61 centimeters. All right, now meters to yards. Well, I got meters to feet, and I know there's 3 feet in a yard, so we can do that. We can do 120 meters. We can get rid of meters for feet because 1 meter, no, 1 foot is 0.3048 meters. Now I can get rid of feet, keep yards because 3 feet make 1 yard. Feet go away, so I need 120 divided by 0.3048, and divide that by 3, get 131.23 yards. All right, miles to meters. Let's look what we got. Well, we got miles to kilometers, and then we can go from kilometers to meters. So 55 miles, get rid of miles for kilometers. It says that 1 mile is 1.6. Let's just do 1.6 kilometers. But since we want meters, we got to get rid of kilometers for meters. And 1 kilometer is 10 to the 3rd meters. So here, 55 times 1.6, 10 to the 3rd is 1,000. So this gives us 88,000 meters. Inches squared to centimeters squared. Well, that one's easy. We just have to do it twice here because it's inches squared. So we're going to end up with centimeters squared. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Is that right? Let's go check. Yeah, 1 inch is 2.54 1.54 centimeters. All the inches go away. We're left with centimeters times centimeters. We got 1.25 times 2.54 times 2.54. 8.0645 centimeters squared. All right. Acres to square feet. Okay. Oh, here we go. That works. Where we go? Oh. 1.07 acres. Get rid of acres. You get square feet. 1 acre is 43,560 square feet. Acres are gone. If you multiply this out, 1.07 times 43,560 gives us 46,609.2 feet squared. All right, number 9, gallons to ounces. Let's grab this guy. What can we do here? Gallons to ounces. There's gallons to liters, gallons to quarts, gallons to ounces. Well, let's look over here at ounces. We can go ounces to liters, and then liters to gallons. That's one way to do it. Right, trying to get gallons to ounces. We could start off with, we had ounces to liters, and then liters to gallons. So going the other way, we'll start off with gallons, go to liters, and then liters to ounces. So 102 gallons. I'm going to get rid of gallons in favor of liters, and it says that 1 gallon is 3. I'll just round it to 8, 3.8 liters. Now we'll get rid of liters. 1 liter is 33.8 ounces. So liters are gone. So 102 times 3.8 times 3.8, 13,188 ounces. Okay, that's a lot. Well, 102 gallons is a lot, isn't it? All right. Ounces to pounds. Let's see. Use this guy right here. It's not a fluid ounce. It's this kind of ounce. 16 ounces make a pound. So 96 ounces. Get rid of ounces. We want pounds. 16 ounces make a pound. Ounces are gone. We have, let's see, 96 divided by 16, 6 pounds. Feet cubed to inches cubed. This one's easy, but there's feet cubed, so we got to get rid of feet 3 times. Feet, feet, feet. In favor of inches 3 times. 1 foot, 12 inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. Feet cubed goes away, and we're left with inches cubed. We got a 0.5 times 12 times 12 times 12, or 864 inches cubed. questions so far? Days to seconds. 3 days. Let's get rid of days. I know how many hours are in a day. And get rid of hours, so I know how many minutes are in an hour. And get rid of minutes, because I know how many seconds are in a minute. 1 day is 24 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes, and 1 minute is 60 seconds. Days go away, the hours go away, the minutes go away. So we have 3 times 24 times 60 times 60, 259,200 seconds. All right, we got to turn this to this many seconds to years and months. What I'm going to do, we'll convert it to years first, and it's going to be, we're going to have a decimal. It's going to be like, 6.7 or something years. So we'll find that, and then we'll take the decimal part and find out how many months that is. So 1.98 times 10 to the 8th seconds. I guess I can do it down here. Let's do it down here. I'll move this over here. So here's 13. All right, I can get rid of, we're going to years, get rid of seconds for minutes, get rid of minutes for hours, get rid of for hours for days, and I know how many days are in a year. 60 seconds make a minute, 60 minutes make an hour, 24 hours make a day, and 365 days make a year. So seconds go away, minutes go away, hours go away, days go away. Left with years. So now for me to do this, I'm gonna have to turn my iPhone sideways because I had to use the exponent button. 1.98 times 10 to the 8th. All right, the exponent button looks like this, y to the x. All right, that's 198 million, that right there. So now I'll divide by 60, divide by 60, divide by 24, divide by 365. 6.2785 years. So that's 6 years plus 0.2785 years. So let's find out how many months that is. So this many years, let's convert that to months. Get rid of years. Let's try that again. Let's get rid of years in favor of months. 1 year is 12 months. Years are gone. So 0.2785 times 12. It's 3.342 months. So this guy is equal to 6 years and 3 months. Technically 3.342 months, but that little bit left over, we probably wouldn't mention that, like if your child is 6 years and 3 months, or a few days more than that, you'd still just say 6 years and 3 months. Questions about that one? Just take the decimal left over and find out how many months that is. Okay. Well, these are fun. Now we're going to do some conversions where it's not just one unit. We got 2 units. We have 88 inches per second. And we need to convert this into miles per day. All right, so we need to convert inches into miles, and we need to convert these seconds into days. So you know how to do the inches. Let's find our conversion chart here first. There we go. Copy. Paste. If we're going from inches to miles, let's see. Inches to miles, miles, kilometers. Well, we can do miles, yeah. Miles to feet and then feet to inches, right? So we know, since they tell us there's 5280 feet. All right, so we're going to get rid of inches in favor of feet, and then get rid of feet in favor of miles. We know 12 inches makes a foot, and we know 5,280 feet make a mile. So the inches are gone, feet are gone. We have our miles. Now we got to deal with the seconds down here. We got to turn the seconds into days. Now, careful, because the seconds are on the bottom. To get rid of them, we have to put seconds on the top. Let's get rid of seconds in favor of minutes. And get rid of minutes in favor of hours. And get rid of hours in favor of days. So we don't want seconds on the bottom, we want days on the bottom. We know 60 seconds make a minute, 60 minutes make an hour, and 24 hours make a day. So these seconds down here go away with the seconds up there. Minutes down here go away with the minutes up there, and the hours. Now we're left with miles per day. So we multiply this all out. We have an 88 times 60 times 60 times 24. Now divide by 12 and divide by 5280. We get 120 miles per day. Y'all follow this one? I know it's a little confusing because we got 2 different units we're converting instead of just one. And one of the units is on the bottom of the fraction. No questions?
So basically what you do is you get the 88 and then you just multiply straight through. And the last one, you divide it by?
Yeah, I multiplied 88 times 60 times 60 times 24. And then I divided by 12, and then I divided by 5280.
Okay,
Okay,
got it now. Thank you.
sure. There's another goofy one. Gallons per week into liters per hour. We got 12,080 gallons per week. So let's deal with gallons first. We're going to turn gallons into liters. And let's see. Gallons. Here we go. We'll get rid of gallons. We want liters. 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. All right, now we got the liters. But now we got to turn these weeks into hours. So since the weeks are on the bottom here, we got to put weeks on the top so they'll cancel. I don't know how many hours are in a week. I know how many days are in a week. Then I'll get rid of days in favor of hours. I know 1 week is 7 days, and I know 1 day is 24 hours. So the weeks go away, days go away, and now we have our hours on the bottom and our liters on the top. So we take 12080, 12,080 times 3.79 divide by 7 and divide by 24 gives me 272.52 gallons, no, not gallons, liters per hour. All right, 186,282 miles per second in the meters per second. Miles per second. So we're going to keep the per second. We just got to get rid of the miles in favor of meters. So let's see. I got miles and kilometers, and then from kilometers, I can go to meters. So a mile is 1.6 kilometers. So I get rid of miles for kilometers, and a mile is 1.6 kilometers. But I need meters, so now I can get rid of kilometers in favor of meters. 1 kilometer is 10 to the third meters. We multiply this out. We have 186,282 times 1.6, and the 10 to the third is 1,000. We get 298,051,200 meters per second. All right, if a certain model of Volkswagen gets 11.48 kilometers per liter in Europe, is this good or bad gas mileage? Well, if we convert it to miles per gallon, we might have a pretty good idea, right? So we need to get rid of kilometers, and we want miles. And we just found out from the last problem that 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. So now we're looking at miles per liter. So now we want to get rid of liters in favor of gallons. So liters are on the bottom, so we got to put liters on the top to get rid of them. We want gallons. Here it is. 3.79 liters make a gallon. 3.79 liters make a gallon. So we have 11.48 times a 3.79 divided by 1.6 is 27.19 liters per gallon. And that's not bad. 27 liters. I mean, I screwed up here. Not liters. Liters went away. It's miles. Miles per gallon. 27.19 miles per gallon. That makes sense. Because we started off with length per volume. And we need to end up with a length per volume. Okay, I'm going to invent a problem here. Let's say we have 13 acres, kilometers per gallon seconds. And we want to convert that to per second. Convert to per second. Does that even make sense? Like up here we had, this is a length per volume. And so what we end up with has to be a length per volume. But over here I got acres, kilometers, gallons, and seconds. And I'm asking you to convert that to a per second. Well, if you think about it, acres, that's area, right? Kilometers is a length. If you multiply an area times a length, you get a volume, don't you?
Yes. And that's what you use to measure gallons, right? The volume.
Also a volume, that's right. So if we have volumes over volumes, we can cancel that out. So what we can do is if we can take these acres, kilometers, and turn that into gallons, we can cancel that out with the gallons on the bottom. So how can we do that? Acres, kilometers, convert that to gallons. Let's see what we got here. It's weird, like over here are all these lengths, right? Over here are all these volumes. Most of these volumes are about liquids, right?
Hmm.
But ultimately a volume is a length times a length times a length. So if we look at these, I mean, you got milliliters, fluid ounces, teaspoons, fluid ounces, liters, quarts, but look at this one. 1 liter is 0.001 meters cubed. That's a length right there, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
length
you could use
cubed.
that.
So yeah, if we can turn this into meters cubed, all right? If we turn the acres into meters squared and kilometers into meters, we'll have meters cubed. And then we can take those meters cubed and turn them into liters, which we can then turn into gallons. So let's see if we can do that. Let's get rid of acres. Let's see if we can turn acres into meters squared. We're gonna need our other chart here, this one. So we can turn an acre into square feet and then turn the feet into meters. So if we get rid of acres and turn them into square feet, we see that 1 acre is 43,560 square feet. Now we can get rid of the feet, turn them into meters, because 1 foot is 0.3048 meters. So look what we've done. We got rid of acres. We got rid of the feet. We have meter times meter. That's a meter squared, right? And then we got a kilometer. So if we get rid of these kilometers in favor of meters, 1 kilometer is 10 to the 3rd meters. So kilometers are gone. I now have meter times a meter times a meter. That's a meter cubed. But I know that 1.001 meters cubed makes a liter. So let's get rid of the cubic meter. So meter, meter, meter. And we're going to turn that into liters. 0.001 meters cubed makes a liter. So now these 1, 2, 3 meters are gone. All the meters are gone. I got liters now. I'm looking at liters per gallon second. Now, if I get rid of liters in favor of gallons, let's see right here, 3.79 liters make a gallon. Liters are gone. Now, gallons, I can finally go, boom, gallons are gone. And what am I left with? Per second. So if I take 13 and multiply it by 43,560, multiply that by 0.3048 times 0.3048 times 10 to the 3rd, then divide that by 0.001, divide that by 3.79. I get 1.39 times 10 to the 10th per second. The only unit left. So I'm not going to give you a problem like this on an exam or anything. I just want you to be able to analyze these dimensions, see that an area times a length, that is a volume. And just because this is like a liquid volume, it's still connected to a length times a length times a length, even though we don't think of like liquid as having a length times a length times a length, but ultimately that's what it comes down to. It's based on a meter, a thousandth of a meter cubed is what makes a liter. Now let's take a 15-minute break and then we'll come back and kick some more butt. All right, class, are y'all with me?
Here.
All right.
Good to go.
All right, I came up with this example problem last semester. It's I'm not sure if it's done better with zombies or with ghosts, but you can pick whichever one works best for you. So let's assume 100 billion people have lived and died in the history of the earth. That's a fairly accurate number there. And assume everyone becomes a ghost after life. Also assume 75% of the surface of the earth is ocean and all the ghosts reside on land. So our goal here is to find out how many ghosts per acre are there. Here's the radius in miles. Here's the formula for the area of a sphere. Our number pi here, 3.1415 approximately. So can we figure this out? First, we'll find out the area, the whole surface of the earth. And it's going to be in square miles. So we have to convert miles to acres. And that should do it. We're going to have to do percentages here. And since we have 100 billion, we're going to have to use scientific notation. So it kind of hits across everything we've covered. So total area, 4 pi r squared. Here, I'll just leave it as pi because our calculator puts pi into a lot of digits for us. So the radius, where's the radius? 3,963 miles squared. So this is 4 times pi times 3963 times 3963 197,359,487.5 miles squared. So we need to convert this to well, I guess we can use that for now because we need land area. So we'll take this. So if that's the whole surface of the earth and 75% is water, let's find 25% of that because that's going to be our land area. So times 0.25 gives us 49,339,871.9 miles squared. So let's convert this to acres. So we need a acre. Here we go. The square mile is 640 acres. So 1 square mile is 640 acres. So we'll multiply our number here times 640. And the calculator gives me 3.16 times 10 to the 10th acres. So population per acre is 100 billion. So we have 100. A billion is 10 to the 9th. Per 3.16 times 10 to the 10th acres. So let's see, let's simplify. We have 100 over 3. See, the 10 to the 9th goes away, and we're left with just a 10 down here, so 31.6 acres. So goes per acre. So let's see, 100 divided by 31.6. 3.16 ghosts per acre. So yeah, if everybody turned into a ghost, we'd have about 3 ghosts per acre. We could make this a little more accurate by looking at this percentage. I just came up with that off the top of my head. I could look up a more accurate representation. So yeah, if you believe in ghosts, there's at least 3 for every acre on average. And last semester, a few people did some illustrations for me. Eventually, I'm going to try to get this published because this is kind of more fun than a lot of the problems they have in these books, you know. Here's some artwork that was submitted. So if you send me something good, I'll instead of dropping your 10 lowest exams, I'll drop your 11 lowest exams.
Do stick figures count for us that can't draw?
As long as you do something creative with it. I mean, you don't have to draw well to be creative, you know?
Yeah. And you can also come up with your own problem itself. You know, if you come up with something fun and interesting that we can work together as a class, that'll work as well. But put some thought into it. Where did we leave off? Here we go. Convert 50 years into seconds. Use scientific notation. 50 years. Get rid of years. You know how many days are in a year? 1 year is 365 days. Get rid of days for hours. Get rid of hours for minutes. Get rid of minutes for seconds. 1 day, 24 hours. 1 hour, 60 minutes. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Days are gone. Hours are gone. Minutes are gone. So let's see. 50 times 365 times 24 times 60 times 60. 1.577 times 10 to the 9th seconds. All right, Mary. Mary is painting a rectangular wall
That's 3 meters by 7 meters. She wants to find the area in square feet. The area, length times width, 3 meters by 7 meters, 21 meters squared. We want square feet though, so we got to get rid of meters for feet. We need to do it twice. How many feet are in a meter? Let's go find our chart here. Feet meter. Here we go. 1 foot is 0.3048 meters. So 1 foot, 0.3048 meters. So meters squared is gone. We're left with feet squared. So 21 divided by 0.3048 divided by 0.3048. 226.04 feet squared. I remember doing this one. Still got 35 minutes. I think this is where I left off with the other class. I just don't want to. I don't want my two classes to get out of sync, you know? Let me see. Let me go ahead and we'll drop out a little early today so I can keep you in sync with my last class. If y'all don't mind. Here's your exam. You have until midnight tonight to get it submitted.